Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an episode of Career Mode. And to kick it off, we heard back from the goalkeeper Lily. He was a really young keeper, and from what a lot of you guys had said, he transitions into a fantastic goalkeeper. But as you can see, we managed to ship off Ibarbo for a grand total of 46.5 million. And he's only been here for half a season, which is completely ludicrous. But nevertheless, Real Madrid felt as though it was good money to be spent. And, that happily sits in my piggy bank. But I thought I'd go through a quick squad report for you guys. Ericsson is now an 83 rated player. I really do want to hold on to him because he is just so great in this team. He is scoring goals, he is setting up goals, he is just all round doing very well. Poulsen, who has unfortunately gone down 2 overall statistics, so I do have to keep an eye on him. I might end up selling him, I'm not entirely sure, because he is quote-unquote dead wood. I was also looking into bringing in Massey, but unfortunately he is still out on loan, so I can't pick him up yet. I might have to wait to the end of the season, or depending on what happens at the end of the season. But as you can see, that transfer budget has gone from 1 million to a beautiful looking 45.1 million, with a nice wage budget there, which I will probably end up adjusting if I want to bring in some big players. I really have to make some more room in the budget end, and to those of you guys who didn't know you could already adjust that, I've had a few players a few viewers already ask me, how did you get your wage budget to go up like that? And there is just a setting, and I assume you'd be rather new to career mode because it is one of those things that you have to know if you want to enjoy your time on career mode. But one player that really took my eye was Rodrigo. I've had my eye on him ever since I had my season at QPR. Also Mario Balotelli. Mario Balotelli is one of my favorite players in real life, as well as off the pitch. So, and not to mention on FIFA, he is a god. So I put in a bid for him just to see what would happen, just to see what I was looking at and see how Manchester City would react. As we all know, though, he is no longer at City. He's actually at AC Milan, but for some reason it didn't update his particular. I don't think the transfer actually went through when I started this career. So as always, guys, our bid was accepted for a Gaita, and we did need a new keeper because Vermeer was on his way out for, I believe, 5 million. And my Rodrigo bid was also accepted, and this is just looking awesome. As you can see, what he wanted 4 years on 25,000 a week, and that is a bargain for me because I really think Rodrigo is going to become a fantastic player. I've seen a lot of you guys say really good things about him, and I know personally he is doing really good. I actually spoke to AA9 Skills. He's a big fan of Benfica, and I asked him, what did he think to Rodrigo in this game and in real life as well. He said in real life he's having a bit of issues this season, but last season he did play very well, and he said on this game he was really good as well. But unfortunately, very early on, we conceded a goal in the 21st minute. But you guys have to remember, I didn't have Ibarbo in this game, and I had some keeper that was 64 rated or something. So those are 2 really key positions that I lucked out on, and that's just really unfortunate timing on my part. I just got rid of a keeper. I'm really close to signing both Rodrigo and Gaita, both just in the contract stages of things. So like I said, just really unlucky timing, and those things will sort of happen. But unfortunately, I was unlucky not to have those players in that game, but to concede that last goal was just ridiculous. It bounces off the back of my keeper and goes into the back of the net, and unfortunately we do lose that 2-1, and it was a cup game, so we are knocked out, I believe, in that. But unfortunately, Rodrigo does get back to us, and Gaita also gets back to us saying that it just, he wanted a bigger role in the squad, and I believe Rodrigo also said that he just wasn't fully convinced. He needs something a little bit more to get him to come over to Ajax, which I can kind of understand, especially coming from Valencia. He's a pretty important player over there, so, he wants to be reassured that he is going to be the #1 goalkeeper when he comes over to Ajax. As any normal sort of player would, you want that sort of, reinforcement that you are going to be the #1 keeper when you move to the club. And, that's something I had to sacrifice. I had to let them know that he was going to be my #1 keeper. And Gaita, who progresses so very well, as we saw at QPR, he moved from a 79 rated player all the way up to an 88 before I then sold him and brought in Lloris. And, you know, I felt as though that was some really good business, and he was fantastic over at QPR. So I decided, why not bring him in over here at Ajax. I am trying to bring in some different players to what I brought in over in QPR, just to keep it fresh. You know, I don't want to be bringing in the same players. It just all gets a little bit boring, if you know what I mean. So I'm bringing in players like Rodrigo. Like I said, always had my eye on him, and Man City wanted 23 million for him. I certainly had that sort of money to spend, but I wasn't quite sure if Balotelli was the right man for the job. Let me know, guys, in the comments, do you think I should sign Balotelli? But as you can see, Malaga shoved in an offer for De Jong there. He's only age 23, overall 80, and that is, you know, for 9.5 million, I feel as though he's probably should be going for around 11 to 12 million, because he is a good player, and most importantly, he provides a lot of depth to my squad, in the sense that at the moment I only have Eriksen, which is the good center attacking mid. He was very much my backup, but he wasn't happy at this club. But we do manage to sign Rodrigo. Rodrigo is now part of the club. I hope you guys are all excited to see how he does, how he progresses, because he's certainly a player, like I said, I've had my eye on him, and I can't wait to see how he fits in with my play style, with my team, and hopefully we come to see great things from your man Rodrigo. All that's left is the signing of Gaita. Unfortunately, there are a few things. He does want a lot more money, because obviously moving to Valencia to Ajax, I don't know if it's necessarily a step down, but it's not exactly going to a bigger club, so he's not so easy on moving so quickly. So it is going to have to be an increase in wage budget, you know, that sort of thing. As you can see, he said he could be persuaded, but I do need to offer him a new contract. So I'd offered him the crucial position. Now it was a matter of just bumping up his wage and bumping up his clean sheet bonus, and that's all I could do really for him. If he doesn't want to come, then he doesn't want to come. I was definitely not willing to spend any more than 80,000 a week on him. And the reason why I actually was willing to spend even just 70,000 on a week per week on him was for the reason that I know he is going to progress into a great player, and that's why I did put down 70,000, which you guys might be thinking is an awful lot of money, but I do have a lot of faith in him. But I had a game against Ajax, against PSV. Like I said, we still don't have a good goalkeeper, but we have filled that striker position role. I am still going to keep an eye out for another striker, because, you know, Babel, although he has been doing well for the team, he is certainly not a natural striker. So I'm going to have to try and sort that out as soon as possible. As you guys can see, that game actually ended 0-0 against PSV, which in honesty is actually okay because they are the league leaders. But you know, I'm just glad I didn't lose, especially with the keeper I had in goals. And finally, Gaita there accepts my 70,000 a week, and although I had to, you know, pay quite a bit for him, I really do think it's worth it, because having someone between the sticks is always really, really important. Someone who's solid and you definitely believe in. So, with that being said, guys, like I said, I did have to keep an eye on having a new striker. You know, that was always going to be a big thing for me. Like I said, I have Babel now, but he's not that natural sort of striker, so I had to keep my eye out. I already put in a bid for Mario Balotelli, but I wasn't too sure. I wanted to pay 18 million or 20 odd million for him, because I do have some other areas on the pitch that I want to strengthen. An example of that is the center defensive midfield position, and so I didn't want to go and blow half of my transfer budget on just one particular striker, especially when there are a lot of great strikers out there. One of which I took a look at was Robinho, but as you can see, he recently arrived at another club, so he was not on the market at all. Another player was Alexander Pato. He would have been fantastic, but unfortunately, he had just moved to Corinthians as well. I don't know why it said he had been at a certain club since some time, but I know when I do see, as you can see, the player has recently joined this club and won't move again. So as you can see, there was just no chance of me picking him up, as much as I really did want to. I hope you guys did all enjoy this episode. And as always, guys, if you could leave a like, that would be so much appreciated. And yeah, I mean, getting this video to 3,000 likes would just be amazing. And hell, if it does, I'll upload another one today. So I hope you guys have a cracking day, and I'll see you all in a bit. Bye-bye.